So the first one I got for the nails had already sold by the time I got the first warning. Then I get a second warning like a couple days later for the same one. I'm just like, whatever. So look, I don't respond to these. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday, and as I promised last week, we're going to do the weekend wrap up. Let's get right into it anyway. So sales-wise, I had about 100 orders over the weekend. Not that much for a few reasons, okay? One, eBay sucked for me this weekend, so it's whatever. I literally had one sale between Thursday night and like Saturday night or something like that. I don't know, something crazy, man. I had like one sale and then all the rest of them came in on Sunday. So by today, I had like 7 sales on eBay. So it is what it is. The rest was on Amazon and Walmart. And the reason why those sales were lower than usual was because I spent the week, instead of listing on Amazon and Walmart, I spent the week taking items that I know sell on Amazon and Walmart, putting them up on eBay as a test to see what would happen, and nothing happened. I got 0 views on those items, and these are items that are high sell through that actually sold pretty well on Amazon and Walmart over the weekend, and nothing. And honestly, it's not so much that they didn't sell, it's just that like there was no activity, no watchers, no nothing on items that I know sell. And I'm not saying that they won't sell. I'm just saying that these are items that had I taken them and they weren't already on Walmart and Amazon and put them up on there, they would have sold the same day. So it's whatever, man. So not many on eBay, and then the reason why there weren't as many on Walmart and Amazon was because I didn't list on Walmart and Amazon, which I know I need to do because most of my higher sell-through stuff already sold. So that's kind of the plan for the week, is to get that stuff up. And usually what I like to do is, especially going towards the end of the week, I like to make sure I got up a bunch of stuff on Walmart and Amazon because, man, it sells super fast, man. That's how I can come off the weekend with like 200 plus sales, especially this time of year. This time of year, man, I can get up to 300 sales on the weekend on those 2 platforms if I got the inventory up for sure. Then I just got to figure out how to ship it all. But anyway, so as far as I'm concerned, my sales were good except for on eBay. The other 2, it was expected. I understand why, but it performed as I expected it to perform. So in that case, I'm happy. Oh, yeah. But I did. So I was able, and this was the other reason. This was the other reason I couldn't remember. The other reason was I didn't want to come off this weekend having a lot to do because I had other stuff to do, like prepare these Amazon shipments. Now, I don't know if y'all remember or watched the video a while back when I talked about I had a product that Amazon considered to be a meltable. Well, today is the first day for meltables to be sent back into Amazon. And I wanted to be the first or one of the first sellers on this particular listing to get their item in for FBA. And so that was a very important thing for me to get completed today. And so I didn't want to have to be shipping a crap ton of orders. So I came in early, got those orders knocked out because I pretty much shipped them yesterday, or, you know, did the labels and stuff yesterday. Came in and packed them up today, got them out, boom. I got those Amazon orders done. It was 3 boxes, 3 separate boxes. There's only 2 SKUs. Got those out, got those to UPS. I'm hoping I'll be the first one on the listing, FBA, because that's going to be another $4 or $5 on my price, adding to the profit margin on that. And I've already had those sitting, man, since like, I don't know, June or so, because I refused to lower my price, and I knew that if I could be one of the first ones to get that back in FBA, I can get the price I want before everybody else start getting theirs in and tanking it again. So hopefully that'll work out. I'll keep y'all posted. But yeah, so I got those sent out. I still got to stock up. I ended up going out and I had to do some other stuff. Then I went to the gym. So I got the important things done that I wanted to get done today. So I'm happy with that. As far as my plan going forward over these next few months for eBay and all the other platforms, I still got a bunch of stuff, a lot of which is going on eBay. So I'm going to list that. Now, I scheduled listings from here out until the end of the month, all the way up to October 30th. typically I'll keep going out. But what I'm going to do now is all the stuff that I'm listing, I'm just going to stack on top of those listings. It's scheduled to be 5 per day every day to the end of the month, but I'm going to stack on top of those. And so come November, which is really crunch time for quarter 4, like people might shop now, but once we get into November and especially around Black Friday and on, you know, that's kind of, if you ain't got it up, then you probably gonna miss out for the most part. It'll continue into January. So my plan is to take everything that I got that needs to be listed on eBay, get that all up. I'm not looking to source certain items for eBay at this point. I'm only looking to search things for Amazon and Walmart. If I come across something for eBay, I don't know, it depends on what it is, but you know, right now I'm focusing on what was kind of, you know, moving faster. I'm actually looking to get toys and source toys and things like that, things that'll move faster for the Christmas season. I am not in a pinch to source. I have a lot of inventory right now. I did that on purpose. I can actually probably, if I wanted to, go the next 2 months without having to buy inventory and be fine. However, that's not what I want to do. My plan is to get all of this stuff up before the end of this month, but that might be pushing it. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try at the latest the first week of November to have everything that I have up listed. Because if I get everything that I have up and listed, that should be real good as far as like sales going into the fourth quarter. But then anything else that I can find, I'm going to add some retail arbitrage and everything and get that stuff going. And we'll see how that go, man. But that's the plan. Sales wasn't that bad. eBay, it wasn't good for me. I was just listening to John's live. Reviews is mixed. I listened to Josh earlier. Reviews is mixed. So our reviews are mixed. So I mean, some people getting sales, some not. I've been going through my listings. I've been adding some item specifics that were recommended that I never paid attention to before. I actually noticed that some were missing. Things like shade that I know it wasn't my fault because shade is a required item specific, which means I couldn't have sent those listings live without having the shade in there in some of those, and it wasn't in there. So there were a lot that were missing that I know that I had put. So I had to redo it. And apparently it ain't working because I was working on that all week this week. So that really didn't do nothing. So at this point, I am just going to keep on going. I'm going to draw a straight line and I'm going to follow that straight line all the way to the end and not deviate. Period, man. Period. But Josh made some really good points earlier. So did John. If you guys didn't check out their podcast, I know they was talking about how it was a little bit technical. He was just saying that was like the last part I was listening to. And how some people, I know Jenna herself was saying that she's not the technical type. She don't want to listen to it. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was John, she probably wouldn't listen to it. I get it, man. I get it. And I think the point that John made was important is where you can take the info and be able to disseminate it in a way that would be received well by the masses. I think that is the challenge of any creator or any teacher or educator, period, is to be able to take sophisticated, technical, maybe complex information and put it and package it together and disseminate it in a way to the masses that they like a C student type thing, right? Where it's just basic, give me the basics, give me the practical part of it that I need to know. So I think that would be John's challenge in trying to, you know, figure that out. For me, that's kind of what I think about when I give out information. That's kind of what I want to do, but because I'm the type of person that I love numbers. I love, like, while I am creative, like, my brain still works in a straight line, and so I know that's not for everybody. So I kind of try to mix it up. Having said that part, I do want to remind you guys that I am doing a live on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. So I hope you can join me there. Do it for about an hour. And my goal is to do it every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. So I will appreciate any support that you guys lend me. And I also got another video coming up soon that I think you will be interested to hear. I think it's going to be a lot of jewels. Now, it might not be for everybody at the point of the business, at the point that you are in your business, but it's going to be for you still, whether it's something there's going to be something that you can't implement right now, but there are going to be parts that maybe you implement later on in your business. But you're going to want to hear this information because it's very good information as far as I'm concerned, and it's going to help the overall growth and health of your business. I'm going to put the video together. Since I'm doing a live on Wednesday, I'm not going to probably release that video until Friday. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. But I think you guys will like this video. I think there's going to be some things in there that some of you guys already know. Maybe some of you already do. But for those of you who don't, especially starting out, these are going to be things you're going to want to know. Because listen, what I'm going to tell you guys, it ain't like no esoteric like info or nothing like that. But it's stuff that I know I have not heard any other resellers talk about. I'm not going to say YouTubers, because you can hear other types of channels talk about these principles and things like that. But no reseller talks about it. Doesn't mean no reseller does these things, right? Doesn't mean that, but no one talks about it. And what I want to do is talk about it, and I want to bring it to you in a way that's practical and that you can see yourself doing these things in your business to help increase the overall profitability of your business without having to sell anything. Using the money that you already got to increase the overall profitability of your business. That's what I'm going to show you guys, or that's what I'm going to talk to you about, because it's something that I do in my business and how I add thousands of dollars to my bottom line without selling anything. Okay. And this ain't no like scam stuff or nothing like this. Ain't nothing crazy like that. It's just good, practical, sound business advice, things that bigger companies do, things that you need to be thinking of doing, even if you at a smaller level, because it's going, as you go, it's going to snowball, right? And it's going to grow and it's going to help you out. So, oh, and the other thing I wanted to bring up, I got over the weekend, or actually one over the weekend and then one today. I got two, I guess you can call it threatening letters from different brands through Amazon. I think one was through Walmart and one was through Amazon. So basically what happens is, let me see if I can show you all this without giving up my info. I'll just read it. So one was for a nail brand, like fingernails for girls, women. One was a nail brand, and then this one is a headphone brand, Targus. All right, and the other one was Kiss nail brand. And so here's what they do, right? Here's what they do. They send you, they hire these third-party companies, right? And both of these companies, there's two different ones. Because this one's from a company called Vantage BP, and then the other one was IO something. And I know these is legit companies because I looked them up. So what I do when I get these, if I get it from a place I never heard of, I'll look it up first. I always look it up. I look up the info, I look up the company, I see if everything's legit there. I don't respond to these letters. So for instance, this one says, let me see. They send you an email and then they send you an attachment. The attachment says verification request. It says, attention, marketplace seller. Targus Group International is the intellectual property owner of the Targus product line and has appointed Vantage BP LLC as its representative with respect to certain intellectual property matters. Vantage BP has detected that you are selling unverified products using Targus intellectual property. In order to deliver a positive consumer experience, Targus requires that products sold under the Targus name are genuine and sourced through authorized channels. We reserve the right to seek confirmation, blah, blah, blah. And it keeps going, right? Then towards the bottom, it says, Targus is vigilant in protecting its rights against counterfeit and mislabeled products. Goes on further. Please provide documentation or other information to establish the following: identification of the source of your goods, invoices supporting quantity of inventory noted above, company contact, and business address. If you are unable to provide this information, please immediately remove all Targus branded products associated with your seller account. Please note that failure to comply may result in further action being taken, including but not limited to filing of an infringement complaint. Should you wish to discuss this further or feel that you have received this notice in error, please contact us, blah, blah, blah. So, a couple things with this, right? Now, if you get this and it's your first time, you might be a little scared or nervous. You really shouldn't be. There's nothing to be. Look, if they're sending you the letter through the email, this is a third-party company. This ain't the brand. These brands, they hire these third-party companies, and they just troll these websites, right? I even had a second warning for an item that sold. So the first one I got for the nails had already sold by the time I got the first warning. Then I get a second warning like a couple days later for the same one. I'm just like, whatever. So look, I don't respond to these. I don't respond to them. I'm sure as hell not sending them any invoices supporting my inventory or contact or nothing. I don't respond. What I do is I let it sell out. Now, if I got a whole bunch, I've never been in a situation where I had a whole bunch of a certain item when I got one of these letters. So I don't know, maybe if I had too many, I might take them down. But I've gone up to a third final warning. I got a final warning before, but by then I sold out and just deleted the listing. So in this case, it's basically all I do. I'll drop my price a little bit. I'll let it sell out, then I'll delete the listing. So if you ever get these, that's what I had to deal with this weekend too. And it seems like this time of year, I don't know what that was on my phone. Anyway, it seems like this time of year is the time of year that these letters start coming all the time. This happened to me last year. I was getting letters from a third party, one of the same third party that sent me the one for the nails. They were sending me them letters for Essie nail polish. I had Essie nail polish. I was listing on both Walmart and Amazon. They don't send me these for eBay. I've never gotten one of these for anything I list on eBay. It's only Walmart and Amazon. Maybe it's easier for them to track because you got one listing and then you got all the sellers on the listing, right? But I got a bunch of these for Essie. They kept sending me the final warnings. By the time I took the listings down, I sold a lot. I probably made about 2,000, 2,500 already. So I just deleted the rest of the listings, put them up on eBay, went on about my business. And like 5-6 months later, I had sold a bunch of them in that time, but what I had left, I put back up. I think they only pay these companies for a certain amount of time, so I'll kind of go away with those brands and then I'll sneak back in on the listing, like if I still got those items. Typically, if it's like 6 months or so or more later, they probably, I don't think they track longer than that. But anyway, something else I had to deal with, so I just wanted to bring that out. If you get those letters, y'all, kind of take it with a grain of salt, but take it seriously. Nothing to be super scared about, but you do probably want to get off that listing as fast as possible. If they was going to report you to Amazon or Walmart or whatever, they would have done it already. So you probably got up until your final warning to sell through the stuff and get off. I never waited past the final warning to see what would happen. I ain't that crazy, right? But I have gone through all the way like 3 warnings up until the final before I sold out and took my stuff down. So here's what it is. This is kind of where I just want to keep this whole wrap up, man. Overall, sales are what I expect them to be this weekend, except for on eBay. I thought it would be a little better. I thought I'd do my usual 20, 25, but I didn't. But it is what it is. I'm going to keep it going. And I think that this will be the wrong time to pull back on any platform because it's not going to really start picking up until we start getting into November. So I'm still optimistic. Again, if you haven't checked out John and them's new podcast, eBay Power Hour, I think you'll like it. And if you don't, that's what I wanted to say. If you aren't a technical person, I get that. It's hard to sit there and listen to information that maybe don't. But I would say this, whether it's that podcast or any other, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And what I mean by that is there are certain jewels in information sometimes that you kind of got to sit through and maybe even struggle through, because if it's not for you, it might be hard. And I'm not saying that that's the presenter's fault. What I'm saying is if the way the information is being presented is not for you, sometimes though it's worth it to get through it, to get that 1-2 nuggets that maybe take your business to the next level or help you solve a problem that you've been having trouble trying to figure out. The information they presented in our podcast, honestly, is very eye-opening. And I don't know exactly yet what that means as far as eBay goes and our challenges that we've been faced with. But the information gives me hope that if these things are true and if these things work out in the direction that I'm thinking eBay wanted to go, I think it'd be more beneficial for us. Even though I didn't see that results for myself this weekend, I still think that it is good information, and that it is something to be optimistic and to have a little bit of joy about the direction eBay may be going as far as sales go. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I think the AI, I was just thinking to myself, like, how long it take the AI to learn? Like, you know what I mean? My 3-year-old learned faster than this. But it's a lot of information to go through. You got billions and billions, probably trillions of bits of data that this system has to sort through and categorize, and it's a lot. So, I mean, if you just put things in perspective, you kind of got to look at it that way. So anyway, but guys, check me out Wednesday night, please. Come talk to me. You know, I'll answer your questions. We'll go through that. And then every week after that, I'll have a format and a topic that we can just kind of sit and talk and discuss. All right. But until then, y'all have a good night. Don't give up. Stay focused. Keep pressing forward. And I'll talk to y'all Wednesday.